Well, I just left the marina, had a nice visit aboard Boogaboo, one of the, if not the last visits aboard the boat before she is launched. Now, before I dive into the fun that I had aboard the boat, I'm just going to say that the osprey are back, which is really nice to see. And if you remember about 3 or 4 videos ago, I mentioned that the turkey vultures had returned, but now the osprey are back. They all seem to show up and reoccupy the nests that are around here within a couple days of each other. And again, I believe I mentioned in the past that all the migratory birds, they all seem to come back, or at least show up within a few days of each other. And I've often joked to Anchor Girl that I think that they all booked the same flight from Florida together, so they all arrive at the same time. Pretty cool. So what did I do while I was on the boat? 3 things. First of all, I had finally ordered some replacement LED bulbs for our little pot lights that we have all around the boat, on the interior of the boat, I should say. Now, I had shared a short video just showing how to replace those lights how to replace the light bulbs, because those pot lights are held up in place with little snappy springs, so you gotta be really careful. Otherwise, if they snap when you pull them out, it's like, ooh! Ask me how I know. So anyways, the bulbs that I had gotten in year 1 of us having that boat, 2022, they were all starting to die by the end of last season. So let's call that a year, 6 months, maybe about 8 months, 10 months of actual use. So I finally found another manufacturer who had really, really high ratings on Amazon. I can give everything that I ever bought on Amazon as well a really high rating, but after day 1, yeah, it's all good, I'm happy I got it. But after a year, not so good. So what I'm going to do is today I only replace 1 bulb. I just want to make sure it fit. It's a little bit long, but I think it'll be fine. It fits, it works. So I'm going to replace, I think there's 8 or 10 bulbs that are already burnt out or starting to flicker. I got a package of 10, so I'm going to replace all of those in the coming weeks. Once the boat's back in the water, that's not a huge priority, but I do want to do it. And then maybe I'll discuss a little bit then about what I got. I don't want to give anybody a recommendation, because those things can be problematic, but whatever, it is what it is, and I'm happy that I at least found something that's going to fit, and more than likely we'll probably only get a season out of it as well. More on that in a future video. So the other things that I did was I had to open the hatch in the floor where I store all of my tools, because the boat is supposed to be launched this week. So it's been requested by the marina that everybody leave access to their engine rooms, and as well as the bilge areas down inside the cabin. So I opened that up, took my toolboxes out, and made that all accessible. So when the boat goes in the water, the boys can jump in the boat, take a look, and check for leaks. Hopefully there are none. There shouldn't be any. Now the final thing that I did was I went down the engine room, which is always loads of fun, and I closed the seacock for the air conditioning pickup line. Now, if you guys recall and seen any of my winterizing videos, you'll know that when I do my winterizing, when that's done, I immediately do my summerizing. What I say is, if I close the seacocks for the engines, generator, air conditioner, to do my winterizing and get the water out or run antifreeze through, once that's done, I immediately open the seacocks again. If I have to take any drains, plugs out, which I don't do, but if I do, I would put them back in, and so when the boat goes in the water, it's good to go. I don't have to worry about, did I do this, did I do that, and what do I have to open a valve or put in a drain plug? I don't worry about that. Come springtime, boat goes in the water, good to go. Good to start the engines, good to start the generator, and good to fire up the air conditioning. But the reason that I closed that seacock today for the air conditioner is, again, go back a couple of videos and you'll know that I am replacing the aft air conditioning unit, and given the fact that it runs off of water. I thought it ran off electricity. No, it runs off of water too. So since there's going to be water in those lines, there is a possibility, even if the pump isn't running, there's a possible chance or potential of water bypassing the pump and coming through that system. So I don't want that. There's going to be water in the lines already as it is, so I just want to mitigate any flooding. So that's it. So once I get the air conditioning in, of course I'll put that all back together and make that all nice. Yeah, so that's the 3 things that I did on the boat today. The weather's looking really good for the next couple of days. As I mentioned, we had piles of rain over last week, but the next 2 days are looking sunny, dry, and warm. So that should give the boys a good jump on lowering the boats. And again, with any luck, we will be floating this coming week. So hoot-a-ha to that. If I'm going back to the boat ahead of that, I don't know, but we'll see. I just might, because I'm getting so excited. All right, that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. We may be floating. Cheers.